evening, good day. Thank you so much for being with us. Today is a great day, as is every day. But today we're celebrating something very, very special. We're celebrating our having had 25,000 students join us in the Success and Money Foundation. We had 25,000 students just the other day, which is an amazing thing. When you see what we've done and how we've pulled it off, it's just truly amazing. So I'm going to show you a quick video, and then we're going to have and kick off our celebration. Hi, my name is Tom Painter, and my wife and I are the co-founders of the Success and Money Foundation.org. We're a nonprofit educational foundation. We're a charity. We're supported by best-selling authors, educators, and entrepreneurs. The purpose of the foundation is to help you, your family, and friends to have a better life, and we do that by providing free success and money classes for anyone, anywhere.
The real reason to achieve a goal is that you become a better person while you're working at it. Who you become as a person is the greatest reward you will ever get in here.
People are afraid of success. If you're afraid of anything, if those fears are stopping you, it's because your dream is not big enough. So you must make your dream bigger than your fear.
Tom is trying to teach you and share which one of the great teachers, great inspiring teachers, and to be successful, you've got to have a great and inspiring teacher.
Having a job and working hard is one of the first things you need to do to have money success in your lifetime, is know how to work.
It motivates you to be a better worker, to be more dedicated, to go the extra mile because you know it's actually helping somebody else.
Most people who are successful, they're not smarter, they're not better, they're not luckier, they're not cooler, they just work harder.
It's so important to understand, just to open your mouth, confront your fears.
Or you master something and then you start teaching other people how to do it, you can make a lot of money.
But it doesn't make any difference how you do it. Just long term is huge, just like putting money in your investment accounts.
Now, as you look at our success stories here, it's been about 14, 15 months that we had about 300 students. Since that time, this last little chunk, we've grown to over 7,000 students. We just went over 9,000 students. We just hit 10,000 students. Can you imagine that? So we're at 12,000. Congratulations to you, just hit 15,000 students. And this is you. You're the ones making this happen. And today we're celebrating a milestone. We're celebrating a milestone of helping people. The milestone is that we have now 25,000 students from all over the world. Our students have been online for 170,000 hours. And we have 3,000 students that we have given money to that have started saving and investing. Our students have earned over $180,000 in financial rewards, and the foundation has already given over $1.5 million to all kinds of individuals and families, to churches, to schools, and other organizations to help those in need. thank you for helping make the world a better place. So thanks, Josh. Just an amazing feat. And, the one thing that I want you to kind of pay attention to is as you watch that video, you'll notice that when we started in July of 2019, that it took 2 years to get to our first 300 students. 2 years, which is an amazing thing. Part of that was making and building out the site, but it was really, really slow getting it off the ground. And Melody, I met Melody in the Philippines. I'd already started the foundation and we'd put money in the foundation. But when I was there, I just noticed that, we've got to teach people how to fish. You feed a man, you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you can teach him how to fish, you can teach him how to feed himself for a lifetime. But if you can teach him how to teach, you can change a whole generation. And I saw all these people, and I've traveled all over the world. I've been to 50 countries. I've been around the world multiple times. And the one thing that I know for sure is that parents want their children to have a better life. Parents want their children to have a better life. Grandparents want their grandkids to have a better life. And I've seen it all over the world, India and China, everywhere. It's the one thing that we all have in common. And I knew that the only way we could really make a dent is to teach and to help people to learn how to have more success. And by doing that, that's how we created the Success Money Foundation. And again, it took 2 years to get our first 300 students. It took another year, and then it really started to grow. We went up to 5,000 and then to 10,000. And just this couple of days ago, we ended up getting over 25,000 students. Our students have been online for over 170,000 hours. We have documented over 3,000 students we've given money to start saving and investing. There's a lot more of you that have done that, but that's how many that we've got documented on. And we got hundreds of thousands of small acts of kindness, of service to help other people, anywhere from eyeglasses to meals to gallons of clean water. And I've got my good friend Melody on with us. Melody is in the Philippines. Melody, come on out and say hi to us if you would.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. So let's go ahead and spot Melody. So Melody, I had a chance to meet Melody, who's the country director for Mabuhay Deseret Foundation, which is a part of the Charity Vision Worldwide. And Melody, I remember us talking and asking, Melody, what do you need? What do you need? And I just remember so distinctly, you said, we've got this little boy upstairs that needs a brace because he can't walk. He needs a brace for his body. And we literally went up the stairs, and here's this young man laying on the ground because it hurts so much to move. Melody, what does it take to help this kid get up and move and stuff? And it wasn't that much money for a brace.
It wasn't.
And I said, oh, okay, well, I can fix that. Well, I can fix that. This is how we started giving money to these different organizations. So in the Success Money Foundation, our purpose is to help you, your family, and friends to have a better life. The Success Money Foundation is a network. We're a network of parents and individuals and teachers, students. We're this big network of best-selling authors, educators, and entrepreneurs. But you don't have to. You're all an entrepreneur. You're all a student. You're all part of this network. And we're all working together because our purpose is to help you, your family, and friends to have a better life. And we do that by providing free Success Money classes for anyone, anywhere. And our missions is very simple. Mission number one is to help those in need. That's number one. So for every hour you go to online classes, the foundation will donate a pair of eyeglasses, we'll feed someone, or we'll provide gallons of clean water. Now, we do an awful lot more than that in addition to that, but those are kind of the three main ones. Mission number two is to help you and your family and friends. So that's why we give out financial rewards when you go to online classes and when you share with others. And then we ask you to put that into your investment account. Now, the reason for the investment account is because it's the one thing that every adult agrees with me on, is that they wish they would have started saving and investing at an earlier age. So that's the big problem. So let's attack that problem. That's our problem. So we need to get you thinking differently. We need to start investing for the future. My parents in 1984 had 12 grandchildren. I'm one of 10 kids. I'm number 7, but they had 12 grandchildren. And in 1984, my mom and dad says, you know, we're going to plant a money tree for these then 12 grandchildren. And my family grew up in the car business, and they had a tow truck. And so they donated the tow truck to the grandkids. They just gave it to the grandkids, and the tow truck made money. And as it made money, we took that money and invested it for those grandkids. You fast forward to today, there are 70 grand and great grandchildren that all have investment accounts or sub accounts because my parents thought long enough to be able to plant a money tree for their kids and their grandchildren. That's what we're doing here. That's what the foundation's job is. Our job is to help you and your family and your grandkids have a better life. It's your job to cheer on the person next to you. We're all brothers and sisters, been put on this earth to have a spiritual experience and a physical experience. So we're all here playing the game. You're in the game. If you're alive right now, you're playing the game. And so that's our goal, to be able to play that game. And so I wanted to bring Melody out, especially because it was watching what she was doing and being in the home where they have all these kids coming here waiting for surgeries and doing all kinds of stuff. And I says, you know, we can fix that. We can fix that. We can make a difference in that kid. And it took us 2 years, Melody, to get our first 300 students. 2 years. We have many weeks where we're getting 300 students in a week now, but it didn't start that way. And it's compounding. And when you compound, it starts with a small amount, and then it compounds, and then it compounds, and it doubles and doubles and doubles and doubles. Well, that's what the wealth formula is. That's what habit number 7, the wealth formula is. That's what we're building here. So the foundation's job is to help you and your family and friends have a better life. But mission 1 is to help those in need. And so I've got Melody on with me today. Melody, can you remember that dinner that we had and coming to the house? And
Yeah, it was actually, Tom, you were on your way to Hong Kong, I think. And Dr. Jackson said that you make the Philippines your stopover.
Right.
And you contacted me and you said you're just there for like a day or something. And you went to Mabuhay. I can remember it because you painted the picture that we did go upstairs, and I showed you the young man and gave you a tour at Mabuhay. I almost fell off the stairs because that's where you asked me like, what can I do? How can I help? And then when you offered to help, and it was amazing because I didn't know that there could be a person like you who doesn't think twice of helping. And that day you taught me a lot too. So many things. Zoom was not even common then. You were the one that taught me about Zoom. It was in 2017. So and it was very surprising because it's like you taught me how to open my mouth as well. Because you remember about the story about your ring? Remember you lost your college ring and you've been tracking it, you've been looking for it, and you talked to this person, and the 8th person that you talked to was the 8th person that person talked to found who that ring belongs to, and you got it back. And that's my formula right after, is to talk to people, keep talking about Mabuhay, the things that you do, keep talking about good things.
Okay.
And once it spreads, people would embrace it, and they would know that, you know, there's a Mabuhay, there's a charity vision, a Success and Money Foundation exists. And so
Melanie,
Uh,
I think the big takeaway was this is not about you.
it's not. It's not. It's I'm
You
going.
are the advocate for these children that need help.
I
This is not
remember.
about you. So it's not about your fears or whatever. It's about these kids who need help and they need an advocate. They need somebody to open their mouth and help them and to be an advocate to help because they can't. I have two special needs adult children. I understand that they're doing the best they can with what they have. Many people have all kinds of medical issues. They have some mental issues. All of us would have some kind of challenges. But I think the big takeaway for Melody, which is the big takeaway for every one of you, is that this sharing about the foundation and helping other people and stuff like that. This is not about you. This is about you opening your mouth and helping someone else. Because the only way you can get what you want out of life is help other people get what they want out of life. And Tony Robbins says it best. He says that the secret to living is giving. And if you want to have a wonderful life, give it away. Because when you give it away, it comes back. And it comes back in four folds. I remember going to the surgical center with you. And that little girl that we talked to, she had a cleft, and they were taking her into surgery because they had to close up the top of the roof of her mouth. And she was scared. And Melody says, "Can we pray for you? Can we pray with you?" And you didn't think about it. You didn't tell her to go pray. You said, "Let's do it." Would that be helpful to you? And we said a prayer with this little girl, and you could see her whole body just changed. She became confident. She was no longer fearful. If I remember correctly, when it was her turn, she just stood right up, walked in, and got up on the operating table, and they knocked her out and they did the surgery. But you took action. The thing that I remember so much, Melody, was you took action. You just didn't think about it. You took some action. And you made it, you changed that little girl's life. And it only took you that long. It didn't take you much, 30 seconds, a minute. And changing people's lives and changing their world, you can do it in a minute. Sending somebody a text that's having I'm a big texter because I can do so much more faster. Think about somebody, and very quickly you can make somebody's day. That's what your job is to help other people. If you want to make your day, help other people. So Melody, we've done some amazing things. I see both of us are wearing glasses because I know that if I take mine off, I'm in trouble.
Same here.
And so that's why we get, and Melody is one of the biggest reasons we get so aggressive with eyeglasses is because I know that if I can change somebody's eyesight, they'll make a huge difference. And we have literally through the foundation affected hundreds of thousands of people just because we know that, because we've actually bought through our foundation and other foundations, we bought that many glasses and have them out in circulation. Melanie, anything else that's kind of amazing about what we've pulled off? The biggest thing I want you to understand though is that, I mean, I struggled getting that thing off the ground. 2 years, and it was so, and you know what? I didn't think it would work. I got to be real. I did not think it would work, but I was okay with it if it failed. I was okay with it if it failed. I was not okay with not trying. And it took us 2 years to get our first 300 students. And I remember, Melody, we signed up some of the parents of these special needs kids were having these surgeries and stuff that were staying at the home. And that's how we got started. That's literally how we got it started.
And they were having a great time. It was the mothers and fathers of patients, even when they left Mabuhay houses, they still attended your meetings if they can. And so it was from Luzon to Visayas to Mindanao at that time. I remember clearly. And our staff were encouraging them to attend, and they had so much fun with it.
Well, what's amazing is people say, well, you can't help that person wherever they are in their station in life. I mean, there's a lot of poor people that we're working with because Mabuhay is a charity. And there's a lot of people that need our help that they help. And a lot of them are in real trouble. Well, every one of those people are going to make, manage, and spend money their whole life. Everybody's going to do that same thing. We're all going through life. We're all going to make, manage, and spend money. And it's not about the money. It's about what you can do with the money. and it's the speed of things that you can do with the money. And everybody goes after to help that guy that's got a lot of money that can buy your stuff. Well, we went the opposite direction. Instead of trickling it down, we went right to the basement, because every one of those people are going to make, manage, and spend money their whole life. Every one of those people are going to have a life. And every one of those people, if they can learn how to be more successful, if they can learn how to teach their kids and work with their other people, can have a better life. And that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to help all kinds of people to have a better life. When I lived in San Diego, we used to take family down to Tijuana, and Tijuana is just 180 degrees opposite from San Diego. San Diego is one of the most expensive areas in the United States to live. And then you go over the border to Mexico into Tijuana, and it's just 180 degrees opposite. But every one of those people are a spiritual child that are placed on this earth to have a spiritual experience and a physical experience. And they're in this game, and we're all in this game together. So everybody you meet, Bill Gates taught me this. He said that every spirit, every soul has equal value. Now, they may not have the same value in the marketplace. My next door neighbor is a famous neurosurgeon. Well, he makes more money than the nurses, who make more money than the receptionists. But he has a spirit and a soul, just like you do. And we all have the same thing in common. So every soul, every spirit, every person has equal value. So just remember that we're all brothers and sisters trying to get through this game we call the game of life. And, we're going to be talking about celebrating our student success next. But I just wanted to bring Melody on because she was the one to get it going. We were so busy we built the site once and we tore it down, and we started all over and tore it down, started all over and tore it down because it wasn't what we were trying to do. And it took literally a year for it to be able to program so that we could do this with schools and do it in tiers and have schools compete with each other and grades compete and students compete. It's taken forever to do it. And I don't know how many programmers. Ethan's just an amazing, magical guy. And Josh is amazing on all the graphics and everything we do. But and the reason I'm telling you this is because I don't want you to give up. I didn't think this was going to work. I really didn't. But I knew that I had to try. And it was okay if it didn't. But it was not okay if I didn't try. And it was ugly. First 2-3 years, it just didn't happen. And then it starts to grow. And that's the same thing with your wealth and your life. It compounds. And when you get started, you're compounding a little amount. It's habit 7, the wealth formula. You need to put as much money as you can from every source that you can, and then you need to have it grow and then have it compound. And then it compounds, and then it doubles and it doubles and it doubles and doubles. So, we doubled our students in 1 year. This last year, we went from 12,000 students to over 24,000 students. We did it in a year. Why? Because we have this effect of this compounding. And it's the same true with your wealth. It's with your experiences and with what we're doing in the foundation. Anyway, I wanted to bring Melody on because she was there when we got this crazy idea, and she was there when we were struggling to get this thing up and going. She's the queen bee. She didn't want to be famous, and so we didn't put her name on it. I don't even think we had the ability to keep track of who enrolled who back in the day when we got started. But it started with a crazy idea, and it started with this little boy. And as I remember it, this little boy that was laying on the floor, and he couldn't go anywhere, and all he needed was a brace. Now he's up and moving. Now he's productive. Now he can go out and help people. You see all these people that need eyeglasses because they're just not effective. Well, just a simple pair of eyeglasses can fix something. Now, you give them out of fish, you feed them for a day. Teach them how to fish, you can feed them for a lifetime. But if you can teach them how to share, you can teach them how to teach. Because when they teach and they share, they get the benefit. Not the person who hears it, but the person who shares it. That's why we are so aggressive in the share the wealth, because we want you to share that with other people. Melanie, any last pieces on watching this journey from the front row?
The bottom line is we're just giving hope to people. That even a tinge of hope. I think that's how this all started. I didn't think you were crazy, Tom. I didn't know that you had those thoughts that you don't know if it's gonna fail but really believed in you. Dr. Jackson believed in you when he recommended that I see you, and so that we could, have a connection with Mabuhay, with how you can help with Mabuhay, with all the thousands of glasses that last year we did around 13,000 prescription glasses. The year before that was 15,000. And we've seen like more than 30,000 people each year for this. And surgeries, it was more than 7,000 surgeries last year. The year before that was 8,000 surgeries. So it's been a long, we've helped so many people, but it's giving them a tinge of hope, and for them to start to help themselves and become better at their lives. And we've seen this. People come up to us like, I was just one short story. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Light the World giving machines by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saint. So there was a display of that last Christmas in Davao City, and Mabuhay was still part of it. And there was a family. This was a story by a volunteer who was there. So they met a family who was giving so much to Clef, like buying a lot of those Mabuhay for Clef patients. And they were like, can we ask why you're buying so much? Can we take your picture? Can you share with us why? And they said, no pictures. We don't want to be recognized. But if you ask us why we're doing this, because I was once a Clef patient of Mabuhay. And he said, this time we want to give back.
Right.
Because we can, because we were given hope. So let's just be kind to each other, give spark of hope to anyone we meet, and we'll make the world a better place.
Thanks, Melody. Thanks, everybody, for watching. You guys are making this happen. This is a word of mouth project. You guys are sharing it. You're the ones that are making this happen. And this is how it works. So we're a network. We're a network of individuals and parents and students and teachers, everyday people. We've also got some heavy hitters with some best-selling authors, educators, and entrepreneurs, but it's really you that's making this work. And you can see that by all the stuff that we do. And I'm kind of a data nerd, so I really love watching the data because that really helps me figure out what needs to be done and where to get it done at. But I just want to celebrate you. You're making a difference. You're making a difference in people's lives. And if you want to make a difference in your life, this is how you do it. You were put on this earth for a reason. You're a spiritual being having an earthly experience. And your job is to help those around you to have a better life. That's our purpose. Thanks for watching, everybody. We're going to be right back where we're celebrating you and all the wonderful good that you've been able to do.